This afternoon's Carling Cup final is expected to be a mass of green and yellow flags. The visual stunt is all part of a protest by fans at the way the Glazer family are running the club. The green and gold protest was prompted by the publication of club accounts for 2008-2009 at the start of the year. It showed they owed £509 million to international banks. Well, the figures showed without the sale of Cristiano Ronaldo to Real Madrid for £81 million, the colossal interest payments on the club's debt would have meant a net loss. Well, it's despite a successful year on the pitch, which saw the club win the Premier League and reach the UEFA Champions League final. And just last month, the club was forced into its first ever bond issue in order to raise £500 million in order to get their debts and interest payments under control. Well, Andy Green is a fund manager who's been advising the Man United Supporters Trust about an attempted takeover. He joins us live. Thank you for coming in to talk to us. So talk to us about this protest, what it is and why you're doing it.
It's a green and gold protest, which is the original colours of Newton Heath, the original club that became Manchester United in 1902, and it's really a symbolic thing to show that the supporters have had enough of their club being used as a piggy bank. The Glazers have already taken £266 million out in interest, fees and charges, £30 million to themselves, and people have had enough and want change.
But they're getting results on the pitch though, aren't they?
They're getting results on the pitch at the cost of ever higher ticket prices. If they hadn't done what they'd done, you could have kept ticket prices where they were in 2005 and still had an extra £150 million to spend on players. That's a huge sum of money.
The Glazers would argue, I guess, that set amongst a backdrop of big financial problems in the last 12 months, they've got to move a bit of money around.
There's moving a bit of money around and there's taking money out. That's what they do. Most football owners put money into their clubs. The Glazers have never put a single penny into the club, and they've already shown in the bond prospectus they just published, they plan to take another 100 million this year and then 30 or 40 million every year thereafter. That's from the fans to their pockets.
Do you think the Glazers will care about the protest today? Do you think they'll take any notice?
I think the Glazers will begin to take notice when fans actually take it to the next step. Because if we can put a bid together and the fans can get behind that and maybe think about boycotting their season ticket renewals, when that comes up later in the year, then that's a big change. Given
the situation with Portsmouth we've seen the last couple of weeks, do the fans worry at all that there may not be a Man United? Could that situation, I mean, it sounds unthinkable to even say it, but could that situation ever come about?
I don't think that would come about because United is the most profitable football club in the world. The problem is a bad season on the pitch like we had in 2006 when we didn't qualify from the Champions League group stage. And you can soon see the financial pressures leading to players being sold.
But when you become a Man United fan, here, like this, I'm going to devil's advocate with you here, you're entering into supporting a big business, aren't you? Big business, it's like almost supporting a big bank. They move money around. It's not a community club anymore, is it?
It is a community club. £109 million, that's 40% of the revenue comes from match day. That's tickets and beer and pints. Yep, the 40% of the money still comes from people walking through.
That's not local people. I mean, the fan base is up and down the UK, isn't it?
Global fan base. So what? The fact of the matter is that the vast majority of people who pay towards United go to the games and support the team, and they are being taken for a ride by the Glazers.
Okay, well, Andy Green will look out for those scarves this afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us in the studio.